E3 action. It is Faceless versus Warriors Gaming Unity as we jump into the game, into the draft. So far, it is 1-0 in this two-game series. Faceless up after a dominant performance from Black's Anti-Mage, and, well, everybody else on the roster, they did a fantastic job of making sure they shut out Warriors Gaming as much as possible, especially on in the early game. With that said, we'll jump into the draft. My name is Mont, and the man who will and always is be the Mont to my Mont Pax, Trent. How are you?
Forever and always.
Yes.
The guy carved into a tree somewhere. This is disappointingly same bands. I will say though, I was spending that last game going, you know what? I have seen a lot of Rubik's, but I kept like expecting a Static Storm steal. I don't know why. I just kept like feeling like it was gonna happen. I kept waiting for these spells to be thrown back at the enemy team. I guess Rubik, he's just in every game of Dota 2 that we ever see. I kind of missed him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm okay with that. You know, I can deal with this guy if he's gonna be meta.
He's exactly that is exactly what I was going to say. He is one of the heroes where if he's picked every game, you are not disappointed to see him. You go back to TI2 and what Dendi did and I always talk about this, the mid Dendi Rubik. He's one of those heroes that even if he is in every game, regardless of being a core or support, obviously more of a support now, it's not that big of a deal. He's got a good toolkit, but Face is going for more of the same here trend. It's Tusk again as first pick.
Excellent. Good. I am down. Let's get this hero rolling.
Hey,
it's fun. Hey, I got him. I thought it was kind of fun. You see a couple neat interactions with the hero throughout that game. There were some weird pushes with the shards where people were like, I think he pushed the Ember Spirit at a kinetic field like twice.
Yeah.
Because of where the shard connected. So that was kind of obnoxious. And speaking of Ember Spirit, I'm sure this line is supposed to be at least some slight dissuasion for Warriors Gaming. To be like, you know what, do we really want to Ember into this line? That sounds kind of obnoxious here. A little bit safer lockdown compared to a disruptor. But the Walrus Punch I thought was kind of interesting. Difficult to land because they would always stampede and they would just like get outside the distance before the punch actually finished, and it wasn't working. It was like almost never connecting.
It was one of those games where you didn't see any Walrus Punches. I don't remember seeing any off the top of my head, or at least any that did that much.
I think there was one, I want to say, but not any impactful ones.
Yeah, I agree with you. But he did need Walrus Punch to be impactful. That is something to consider. I mean, that's just how the game was going for Faceless. Don't even need Walrus Punch. Half the time you didn't need the Slaughter, which, by the way, Warriors Gaming had. Interesting choice for them.
Okay. Probably going to be a position 4, we would assume. Much more common for the hero as well. So if you pick it up this early and you just like plan on having it as a 3, you could run into some troubles.
Is this Slardar, like you mentioned, more than likely position 4-1 this time around, but not another Omni Knight band coming out for Faceless, so very similar bands to the last game, if not all the same at this point.
Yeah, you can probably expect a Weaver band too, because they have Slardar and Rubik. So you don't really want to take Weaver yourself, because then the Rubik's gonna steal Shikuchi the whole time, and you don't want to hand over Weaver to a minus armor strat, especially Corrosive Haze being one of the best spells in the game to work with a Weaver. So
also
rather likely we'll see him again.
Yeah, I think it's also a hero that Warriors Gaming have picked fairly often too. It was like that Ember Spirit pick is a pretty common one, and then of course that Weaver. And I would be expecting to see the ban come. Well, Warriors Gaming Unity, they have a minute and 20 seconds left in reserve time, using a lot of it to determine what they want to ban against Faceless. What's going to be the best course of action?
Yeah, maybe trying to figure out what they want to do. Like, are they thinking about still going for a Darkseer just because Lion Tusk not too crazy against Darkseer? You can just like surge yourself away from the snowball initiation if you're quick enough, and then Lion doesn't have the craziest range or anything. It's not too bad. It's not disruptor worthy, so they don't end up banning. Well, I guess they feel more forced to ban with the Weaver, which is fair. So maybe this will allow Warriors Gaming to get a Darkseer for themselves. At the same time, I wouldn't be too shocked to see Faceless steal it here.
We were just talking about Darkseer, though, and how you felt about the hero in game number 1. You said you needed to see this hero lose one more time before you, I think this was your words, before you consider a dumpster tier or something like that. I might have gotten it wrong, but maybe I might be putting words in your mouth.
Well, I guess like if you're not going to pick... If they don't go for Darkseer here, I guess that cements him as being awful in my mind, because Slardar is like the best friend.
That is the way you described it, I think.
I don't know. I'm just not ready to let go of Darkseer yet. I know he got nerfed so hard, but
the Ice Brew, I think
that's exciting.
Andy
Yes.
was saying during the cast, I could have misheard him, and he might have said Brood, but I think he said Brew was one of the heroes that he didn't consider that great. And I was like, I wanted to mention Ice Ice's Brew to him because we saw it the other day. I thought it was pretty damn good. Good
Maybe, yeah, I
brewmaster.
heard that too. Maybe he did say Brood. I didn't even consider that.
I have to
Because
go
that
back and
hero,
check the
I
bot.
heard Matamba Man kind of ribbing on Brew
Okay.
earlier today. He was like, that hero sucks.
I'm gonna have an operation for the chat. Go and try to find that VOD, and it's not that hard to find, and determine whether it was at the end of game 1, I think, of the OG Ad Infinitum series. Go and find that VOD.
Just send them on a wild goose chase.
And determine what Draskell said. And I'll meet you back here in about 10 minutes flat. All right, everybody ready, set, go. Good luck, and I'll be checking chat.
All right, perfect. Oh, well, a clock. So he can continue a stun onto a Brewmaster to try and lock him down before the ulti, but he's not like any sort of an Orchid builder or a Silence. Maybe they go for a Shadow Fiend next, perhaps, and just do some cheeky stuff there.
5 seconds.
I wouldn't
With
mind
the
it.
cogs, give him a nice start.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I don't know why I forgot about that. You're right. They could certainly go down that road. After Jabs played the Shadow Fiend last game, maybe they want to give it a try themselves. Well, this is where we're going to see where the money's being made for both Faceless and Warriors Gaming. Who's going into the safe lane, who's going into mid for a lot of these. I mean, that's what we're really waiting on for both of these teams, unless I'm missing something. Seems to be the case.
No, you are quite right, sir.
That's good.
I wonder why Batrider is just so hated right now. I thought maybe Batrider was going to be the other pick for Warriors Game. If it wasn't Darkseer, Batrider would have been my second choice. Potential like dual lanes, running over top of a line and a Tusk. Batrider doesn't have to worry about Ice Shards or Snowball really at all either. And they banned out the Slark, so I thought maybe that was the final draw. They would have been forced into like, I guess then Faceless just picks Juggernaut, and then they have Jug versus Slider and Bat, which would have been okay, but I don't know. I think that hero's still okay, but everyone seems to have given up on Batrider. He's a dead hero. So long at the top, so quick to crumble.
Well, going back to the heroes that we're okay with seeing in competitive, Batrider is not one of those heroes when it's been in the game for like been in every competitive game for like 5 years or something ridiculous. I don't think it's 5. But
Yeah, maybe he needs a break.
I think so. I think it's okay, but it is interesting to see him fall very, very far. See how it goes.
Pretty sure Faceless just stole the shit out of that Shadow Fiend.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say that. I think you're right about that.
Yeah, like it works well with the Slider, and there is that cheesiness with the Clockwork that definitely makes it very strong. He also fights around the same timings as Brewmaster wants to, so it is a great pick for their own lineup. But I think they were definitely maybe just like, you know what, we have last pick in the draft, and we're still gonna take this guy because we're just that confident in.
Do you think you could pick Shadow Fiend third for Warriors Gaming Unity so they can pick the Clockwork after it, and there's no chance of it being swapped up by or picked up by Faceless? Or do you think you need to pick it fourth so that you don't have as much time to react to the mid laner, if you know what I mean? Or ways to plan around it, I should say.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You could look at it either way. You probably could have got away with it. I think many people are happy with taking Shadow Fiend third right now. Some people even take him in the first phase. Just he is very strong, and if they want to focus that much on your mid lane, he can recover decently, especially if you got one of those star Shadow Fiend players on your team. But we do end up with our there goes another Minus Armor hero, but our classic strat. It's a Life Stealer. It's a Slardar. It's wild.
And a Clockwork on top of it, too. I mean, they have a lot of vehicles. They have a lot of strength. They have a lot of ways to try to man-fight Faceless early on in this game. But we're still waiting on that mid laner for Warriors Gaming Unity. And, of course, we have the TA banned up by Faceless. Leaves Warriors Gaming Unity for their ban, which is more than likely the safe laner for Black.
I
wonder what Warriors Gaming are thinking about mid. In older days, you'd probably think like a Storm would still be okay here. Of course, he's dead. Puck is not bad. He's got silence. He doesn't get caught up by Snowball or Shards. But Warriors Gaming don't pick up the puck too much lately, so not a real concern. Maybe you could lone Druid mid. That'd be kind of cool with the up against the Ice Shards and the Snowball and stuff, because you can just like roar them away.
But not a bad idea.
That ban, not surprising at all here.
No. I think you have to go down that route after a game like you just had for Faceless. So it's not shocking. I'm interested to see if Black does something a little bit less conventional. We know he's played a lot of Pudge, but it's not your typical one hero. He did a really good job with it the other day. Where's going to go for the Invoker coming in?
Okay, that's very nice. That's someone who, because when I think about Clockwork, Lifestealer Slider, I want mobility and I want someone that can be active with them. That's why I like directly go to the Puck and the Storm or something like that if you're not going for that TA minus armor strat. But with the Invoker, you can be just as mobile in a sense by using Sunstrikes to combo up with all of your allies in this game.
You know, I think I'm a pretty big fan of this Warriors gaming draft. I don't know. I mean, we have to wait for the last pick from Faceless, but I think it looks pretty good so far. I think the Lifestealer pick is... How do you feel about it, Trent?
Yeah, no, it's pretty... I would say this same 5 heroes has probably already been run this patch, I would guess, and they probably did pretty well. Looks a lot of synergies that we know about across the board. A lot of strong meta heroes. Clockwork needs to hit his hook shots, but...
Yeah.
They need to control up the Brewmaster, probably one of the hardest parts of it, just to make sure...
Right.
I don't think you can like plan to. Someone else picked this up the other night. I think it was Complexity. It was someone in the NA qualifiers for DAC, but it was a very similar game. There was a Clockwork and a Slardar, and the whole idea of just being able to jump outside of the cogs, as well as being able to dispel the corrosive haze, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's why they banned out the Slark too, is like earlier on as well, just to make sure he can't be purging off that corrosive haze too.
Sorry, but
I like this hero. I don't think he's this dumpster, and everyone says he is.
Yeah, I think who was saying it today during it was
I
talking
think they
about,
were
was it PPD maybe?
It was either PPD or Pike. I think it was PyCat. They were asking about like what they would change.
Yeah.
Is that right? And how the bounce range needs to be further on the lance.
That was
I think that's true.
PyCat mentioned that about PL. I think, but he said it wasn't that great. I think Peter might have been asked about it. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I know Shannon asks, Sunsfan asks every day, how good is Aghanim Scepter?
Yes,
he's been 2 for 2 so far as I know.
Oh no, I think this is a pretty solid pick here. I'm liking it.
Maybe we will see the Aghanim Scepter.
It's so hard. Like I find PL's build is already difficult. It's very annoying to try and find that perfect moment for the Diffusal Blade. Some people are still building drums first and going for that. Some games you just see this opportunity where you're like, you know what, I could go bots right here.
Yeah.
And then I could get like so much more gold, and I'm gonna be so much better. And then you want your Diffusal Blade, but you want your Manta first, and for the most part, you're just gonna see a helm. You know, stock standard at least.
Yeah. Which I'm okay with. I do want to ask you. Just mentioned drums. That's an item I really rarely see. Like, at least I haven't seen it.
Well, that's how you know the hero's in trouble. If some people are still building drums,
that's
just like I have no fucking clue what to build in this guy.
I guess I'll buy this.
I'm just gonna build drums.
Hope my actives do me some good, and I can take down towers, but probably not.
Kind of how I feel like when I see these trolls get picked up in pro games and they buy S and Y. I'm just like, all right, maybe this hero isn't in a good spot.
But S and Y got buffed though.
Yeah, but that was before the buff.
True.
At least when I was seeing it.
You're not wrong.
Now I'm okay with it for sure. That was a pretty decent buff.
Yes, I think so. Afu, has he been spotted? It looks like he has. As you can see with the vision, Ice knows that he's here. XY. Oh, God.
Oh, don't worry. They do this all the time.
Okay.
Pretty standard stuff.
As long as you say that, it makes me feel a lot better. Also,
yeah, they have... in fact, I forgot. We actually got through a full game without it happening to Warriors game.
Yeah, who was saying it the other day? Wasn't Faceless or... Somebody was pausing. It was, I think, oh, God.
They were like, weren't you just flaming WG for this?
Yes, exactly. And I can't remember who they were playing. It was the first game. It was Mineski.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was. It was Ninja Boogie, I think.
Yep. Still, that's not a great disconnect. They'll be back in momentarily. Let me tell you, man, this is a bit off topic, but when it's 5 in the morning and it's dark out and you have people upstairs like Slacks, never really know if someone's going to come down behind you and just grab you on the shoulder, freak you out. And it's always like when you hear a sound coming from the back of the room, it's really just disconcerting to see.
That's like one time I played Dead Space in university, like, because I played the game before, but it's been a few years or something, and I didn't really remember if I'd even finished it or whatnot, so I just kind of like shut myself in my room. It was like during a break during university, and I had finished all my exams and stuff, and I was all done, and I shut the door and I turned out the lights and I put my headphones on and I turned it up loud, and I played Dead Space for like 13 hours straight. My God. I was so jumpy for like 4 days. I think I like actually damaged my brain during that.
I feel you. Afu getting thunderclapped. XY, he's not skilled anything yet. They really want this rune, and they are going to get it, I think.
I thought that was gonna work.
Oh wow, Afu actually got it. That was so close. That was so close. It would have been insane. But unfortunately, I mean, they still did get a lot of damage on the slaughter. Afu clearly has to go back home. Not the end of the world.
He got the bounty rune though. I mean, that's
yeah,
just winning.
he's golden at this point.
Yeah. You can just buy a TP if you wanted and still get the victory.
2 men mid, X-Nova starting out here. They dropped the same ward again, and it looks like Warriors Gaming know. They didn't sentry this last game, and now they will. So Jabs is going to have a bit of a less great time.
I'm actually so sad for XY right now. I feel like he just like lost the game.
You feel like he got gypped or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like he just lost. He's pressed.
It was pretty nifty. The attempt was solid. Meanwhile, there is 3 Warriors Gaming heroes up top looking to maybe go into XY or stop Ice Ice Ice. Is the defensive tri lane, and there is some very good damage and disable between these 3 heroes.
Yeah, it looked like XY was just trying to disrupt to make sure supports weren't there to gain sort of a pull-off, and he's successful, but Ice Ice getting pounded on.
Yeah,
only
he's
has
got
clap.
Only level 1. He's got a stick charge, but that is it. Next Nova, he's got telekinesis, but they thought about it. Slithering Crush, and that was, I think, why they were hesitant. His XY was just going to use the snowball as soon as the lift comes out.
Yeah, that is all just with a level 1 lifesteal though, with Feast. So she doesn't even have anything to offer in this, and they're already getting that much work done. Shrine already forced out for Ice Ice Ice, and yeah, dual lane's gonna make him more survivable, but that's gonna really hurt his levels. And he's a Brewmaster. That's really all he cares about.
Right.
Like, this isn't his Magnus. There's no Iron Talon shenanigans going on here.
Yeah.
Somewhat worrisome to start, I'd say.
They really like that Magnus. But Brewmaster's certainly not a bad hero for Ice Ice Ice, and we'll see if he can get a bit more room now that there is a defensive tri lane up top. Looking at the CS charts, though, you do have 9 last hits coming out. Am I getting chased? But he's fine. 9 last hits for the PL, but...
If no one's going to die, I can talk about this. This is something I found really interesting in pro games.
Sure.
And you guys can take advantage of this in your pubs, too. But if you're playing like offlane especially, which I love playing offlane. I have a lot of fun doing that role.
Same.
At the 2-minute mark, yeah, you should get very aggressive at all the even minute marks. So in terms of offlane, that's generally just going to be like 2, 4, 6, maybe 8 if you're still around. But you know the support's going to be rotating back towards those runes. So you can like actually put a lot of pressure in and go for pulls and try and balance the lane and stuff like that. And so like in that moment, you can see Ice Ice moves up forward because the supports, they're there. They're at the runes. Tusk goes back to his own rune. Like these rotations are just so easy to know when they happen because it's always around bounty runes.
Also, for supports, you need to be wary of these rotations from Warriors Gaming after the rune comes out. I don't think they get the kill on XY. They shouldn't, at least.
That was like max range.
Oh, the Sunstrike will certainly help X-Nova secure the first blood. Well, interesting.
I did not think that crush was going to hit.
Yeah.
I was out there.
It was. So, it is going to be first blood going the way. Uh-oh. But my Skype is starting to... All right, we're okay. Sorry about that. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, you sound fine. Were you roboting a bit or something?
No, I don't.
Roboting? Oh, no.
It just felt a bit choppy for having a moment. That doesn't matter. Let's get
I like
back
how you
into
called it Skype when we're not even on Skype.
No, I know.
Off.
Well,
now you're gonna get Skype in 2017. Don't you know anything, Mott? Come on,
dude. I just saw the Skype. You know this the blues like connecting symbol on Skype in the tray. The
oh, I hear ya.
So
yeah,
that's
not
what
a
was
good
happening.
sign.
Yeah, no, not a good sign at all. Anyway, back to the game.
Ooh, Nana, that was close. I thought he was gonna get stuck in that ice shard.
What is he doing here in this mid lane? 7 last hits now to the 19 of Jabs. I feel like this is worse than last game. Not great. It is worse than last game, at least at the start of it. So, not doing that well, even with Exhort. He went and Wex Exhort so that he could have Lacrity top lane. It looks like they're going to go on Ice Ice. There's going to be the open wounds. Going to go for the TP, and he will be successful. No way. I think they had already used all of their disables, and Ice Ice makes it away pretty slyly back to the base.
Nice call there. Now again, the 4-minute mark. You can see everyone just scrambling to these runes.
Yep. Yeah, top rune was taken care of. Coming mid was going to be nuts, getting the bounce route. And Ben has the Invis and XY and Nuts both nearby. A gank that probably, if they were going for it, is now unsuccessful. There are a lot of heroes mid. There's only 3 that aren't here. Sunstrike going with the cogs up. Jabs in trouble. Fadeball. They grab that kill. Meanwhile, Afu on the high ground now getting caught out. Ice shards. This might be a pickup. He doesn't have a stick. Telekinesis will come out. They drag him to the low ground. They might get Nuts out of this. Good hex to keep him alive for the time being, but I don't know if he can get back to the tower. In fact, he cannot. He will make it pretty much to the foot of the tower and die underneath it. and they can't get Afu, sitting at about 58 HP after the end of that engagement. And so a very good turnaround for Warriors Gaming Unity, something they needed, especially against jabs.
Yeah, it's not often you see Meatball do that much work this early in the game, but Cogs, pretty good for that. So Nanny will just pump on out, and a great escape by Afu, too. Did a good couple games here. Didn't work out too well on the Ogre, but he made a couple plays last time.
It was a rough game, and the buyback certainly did help in that first game. But meanwhile, mid lane, Ice Shards coming out as the snowball hits. 2 more auto attacks for Jab should do the job, but instead he just goes for the raise, hits it. That's the kill.
Nice. All right, XY getting work done. That's the thing about Tusk too. Like back, it's been a while since he was really meta. Oh, bottom lane.
Yeah, Ben
Might have
getting
been.
hexed and earth spiked. And Black has another Spirit Lance. Good Cogs. Able to deny one, but Nuts' auto attack will finish the job and bring him down.
Nicely done. But yeah, Invoker certainly not a hero that does too well.
Oh no, Jab's down again mid lane. These ganks are coming fast and furiously for Warriors Gaming. That's another big pickup for them. 2 rotations, X Nova and Afu making it to that mid lane, and all right, a couple of pretty big kills for Warriors Gaming so far.
It's actually getting so much value of this Meatball.
Yeah, it's like a 100 some odd contact damage and like 25 burn or like 20 burn damage, I think, something like that.
Yeah, it's good.
Pretty nice.
2-1-3 already. So,
How long does that burn last for, by the way? It's only like 2-3 seconds, right?
Yeah, it's 3 seconds like after you've touched it. And now they're not even done. They're wrapping back around mid, but we always used to look for these heroes that were good against us. Like Puck was one of the better ones, or even anyone with a blink too, just that you could actually evade the second you saw the snowball. Invoker not really having that though. XY, my god, they are so close to each other right now.
Oh, that courier just spotted him. XY now sees it, and they're looking for it. That might have been all they needed for XY to help him out. Afu is going to go down. It's that courier that gave him the quick reaction time, I believe, to help secure that kill and actually keep Jabs alive. So they were going for another gank for a 3rd time in a row on Jabs. Unsuccessful this time for Warriors Gaming.
Yeah, maybe going a little early. I guess if they force the rotation, that's going to help get the 6 there from Ben, but he's just like, he's so close to wanting to come and actually be part of that engagement. Top going a little bit better than the Clockworks times. Ice is up to 6 and almost a half here. The supports have been gone, so there's no longer like a death threat for Ice. He can like trade and annoy Ajit, but there's also no chance that Ajit goes down. So they're fine with this on the Dire.
Not anytime soon anywhere, unless they get some big rotations. XY will pick up a bounty rune and drop a ward at the same time. X Nova and Afu, however, are both smoked up, but it seems as if nobody's going to poke their head out far enough for them to find anything. Maybe Ice walks up a bit too far, but again, it's tough to bring this guy down with Primal Split.
This would be an interesting game to compare this to Nyx Assassin, too.
8 Bolt, Telekinesis, Raindrops to help him out, Slithering Crush. Split was about to go, and it still will. The Raindrop actually makes it, again, very difficult. He wants X-Nova. He might find him. Cyclone comes out. Boulder Toss ready. He's going to throw it. Might get this kill. X-Nova about to fall. Gets the kill with XY coming in, helping with the snowball. Ben's here. Ajit looking for something. He doesn't have open wounds. He does, however, have Rage and Infest if need be. Well, Brewmaster now out of his Primal Split. He's got the clap if needed. Nuts is going to throw out the Earth Spike, and more rotations coming. Good Raindrop to block the hook shot damage. He gets the stun, but it's just not nearly enough. Ajit's a little too far. Afu can't do anything. Great Ice Shards for now. The snowball and looking for more. Another Earth Spike. Just catches it with the tip. Actually, the clap is going to miss. Good cog block coming out from Warriors Gaming Unity there.
And during that, Nana got a solo kill on the Jabs in the mid lane. Barely survived, but that helped buy up his Midas. So now that's flying out at 9 minutes here.
Okay. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's huge.
Strike, and it's just enough for Ajit to get that last auto attack to get the kill. Faceless lose Ice just after surviving with the Primal Split.
Ooh. Pretty brutal.
Not great. So, while this is all happening, though, Trey, you do have the PL still farming, but I think this last minute or two has done a very good job for Warriors Gaming to get them in a stabilized situation. It was a 1,500 net worth lead, now down to about 1,000, so still a slight advantage for Faceless. But the Midas just coming out is going to help out this Invoker and expedite his timings rather quickly.
And as Ice rolls himself back to lane on his barrel here on his Brewmaster, but this is like, so Brewmaster picked up so early in the draft. I do often compare to Nyx, and I think it makes a lot of sense. They both are similar in that whole like they can lane for quite a while. Brewmaster through his annoying misses and whatnot, and his ability to help out maybe in like a dual lane scenario. But when they hit level 6, like if Ice Ice is gone from lane, he doesn't put any threat into the map at all right now because they know that the primal split is still on cooldown. Now he's like back in lane. He's more like a I'm just gonna farm this whole time. Oh, jabs again, dead.
And yeah, again. How many deaths is that for him? 4. Yeah, they caught him nicely.
Really wanted that DD.
Yeah, I guess so.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But yeah, like basically he's just gonna like chill up here. He waits till they go on him, and then he's gonna like split and kill someone or something. But what if like how do you force aggression and stuff with this Brewmaster? How are you gonna slow down this Invoker and not just let this game get kind of out of control? I guess maybe it'll be enough that he's just gonna create space for Black, and they're gonna offer him to carry up instead. But I feel like it's just gonna mean this position 4 Slider gets a blink at a decent time. And there's no real threat to him ever dying, and then they're just going to go crazy with Infest bombs.
Well, I think for Ice Ice Ice, getting a blink and just going on the Invoker as much as possible would be the best thing. It's still a ways away if they want to try to go for that opening. Black just finished up as Aquila, just finished up as Selma the Dom. He's getting farmed, but it is tough. You're right. And the thing that you were just talking about is Nana finds a kill on the nuts. I believe with the Sunstrike, it was.
Yeah. And he was just farming bottom. He got flared and sunstriked. He just died.
That's never a good sign. That's just...
Level 3 flare,
Yeah.
sunstrike dead. I'm just trying to farm, guys.
That's got to be the most demoralizing thing because really it was kind of your own fault to a certain extent that you got hit by that. Anyway, what you mentioned about Afu and him getting a blink dagger, he's close. Sitting at 1,500 gold right now. He's, what, level 4? So, yeah, he could use some experience, but for now, he's in a very good position. Going to be a Smoke of Deceit gank with Nuts and XY. The support smoke gank coming out. They have Ice Ice Ice. His split is ready, obviously, now with Tread. So, going to try to find somebody. Afu, Ice Shards. Don't block him. The damage is done. Nuts not going to find anything. That sentry is right on top of this Observer Ward. It's just placed.
Again, that's another moment, too, where like you see they smoke and they arrive at the rune at the 12-minute mark, right? Because they know that a support's going to be there. Like, the Lifestealer is still going to be in lane, but you can see how close Slardar was to coming to try and get that. Time's so much around those now.
It's really interesting. It's something that I think is intuitive. It should be obvious almost, but...
Oh, it's definitely obvious, but if it's just like one of those things you just need to get like in your head during the actual game.
Exactly. Go so often for those runes, you kind of forget the timing. You say, okay, well, someone's going to run it. But anyway, so far so good for, really, I think, Warriors Gaming. Xnova stealing Thunderclap now. Ice 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 being a little cheeky with his animation. Ajit under the tower. He's got his armlet done and completed. Building into a Maelstrom next. That'll help him out. I mean, it's against DPL. It's the correct decision.
Black's friend is also up top here. Mr. Centaur.
Ready to go. It's like 3.5 heroes. Earth Spike. There's going to be the snowball. Use the Walrus Punch as well. Good telekinesis, so they can't get the split off. Nuts now is going to have to back away. XY getting blown up by that armlet. Hook shot and a Sunstrike combo to absolutely destroy that Nuts line.
This is where he is just insane. He is max Exort at this point in the game, so just that pure damage is just not even fair when you look at the HP pools of these heroes.
Yeah. Ana is caught back up rather well, and the ganks on jabs were one of the primary reasons why. Black is farming well still, but not really come to engagements like he came to. It was actually at this time where Black's came to his first fight on the Anti-Mage last game. Still, that could come pretty quickly here if he wants to go for it.
Well, he's up into certainly respectable farm. 700 gold ahead of the Lifestealer. He's had complete free reign of his jungle as well as his lane. No one pressuring him at all. Question is, what is he actually going to get done with it?
Yeah. When is he going to start fighting with his team, or is his team going to try to find something with him? And it looks to be that's the case. Faceless will walk together up to the shrine. Nobody up at the high ground. Afu got to get spotted by the Observer Ward.
Kill.
They really want this. Earth Spike's going to go. Just misses. The Ice Shards will block him. Here comes the Snowball. The Hex is up as well. Walrus Punch. And despite the Earth Spike missing, they find the kill regardless.
That's one of those moments where you kind of wish your whole team TP'd in as Warriors Gaming because they used everything.
Yep.
Like, every single spell in their arsenal was just used there besides Requiem, essentially, to kill that Slardar. I mean, you can count Finger, I suppose, too, but it doesn't exactly do that much on its own with no control.
All the disables, anyway. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't. But they're dealing with other lanes. They're getting farm. Invoker just kind of farming it up in the jungle. Going for Aghanim Scepter, and he's not far off. 2,000 gold. Plenty for 2 components or a point booster and half of another. Tower is probably going to fall. The Centaur Conqueror kind of being the bodyguard for the team. The Glyph will go. The Dragonlance is up for jabs. They're backing up. It looks like they will get this up. Earthspike, instead they found somebody else. It's going to be Afu, and he dies again. The finger comes out. Now not a Ghostwalk is going to come through. Cyclone is up onto the Clockwork. Here comes the Granite Golem to try to deny this, and it will be. The auto attack isn't that great, but who cares? It gets the job done. Maybe the Stone Toss is going to hit. Meanwhile, Requiem coming out. They might find another. It's going to be the Invoker. They need this kill. There's the stuff for the Snowball. An auto attack away, but it will require a Spirit Lance to find that pickoff, and they get it. It's a mega kill spree ended by XY.
Why does he take that?
I don't know. I
thought he was going to leave it for black, and then XY just snags
Nope, that's mine. I need that.
Yeah, I need that gold.
He's actually pretty close to mech now. So, okay.
Yeah, no, that's great. I just
Tower is under attack.
feel like PL, I guess Black's feeling confident enough that he doesn't need any other items going right towards that Diffusal Blade. No Yasha required. I do think he needs to be fighting at this point, so this is
Ice just dead? I think he just died solo. I mean, I guess solo isn't a good way to put it. He's a lifestealer, and he's pretty farmed at this point. But he had no split. The rage came through. He lasted only 6 seconds, so the rage was, by the time the rage was gone, he was dead. So he walks up to the enemy jungle and proceeds to get chopped down with auto attacks from a lifestealer. Clawed, if you will.
That's no good.
Definitely not.
Well, Warriors game are going to be on the offensive now. 60 seconds to find Black.
Hook shot. There's the
Doppelganger
finger. Doppelganger comes out. They used the Sunstrike. It wasn't going to connect. Afu, amp damage is up. Ice shards. Perfectly placed, but it might not matter. The tornado comes through. An auto attack or two will do the job, and Black makes it away as they see Nuts rotate in. They don't chase it. I don't know if they had anything to. XY coming in. There's going to be the Snowball, the Wars Punch. Afu still in trouble. He's so close to that Blink Dagger. He can't afford to die now. He'll sprint away. Clap will go into Ben. He's got the battery sold. He'll use it. No split for 32. Nuts has another Earth Spike potentially here. He just got the mana for it as he sticks up. Ben will get caught and dropped. Jabs on the other side. He finds X-Nova. Luckily, I guess, for Warriors Gaming, they do keep Afu alive, and he does purchase up the Blink Dagger.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
they got the tower as well, but a very nice win for Faceless. With no split, too. Like, not the easiest victory there. Ice now about to have it in 4 seconds, as well as Midas. How not surprising.
Just, given how the first game went, yeah. Midas is apparently the choice. Seems to be okay with it. I mean,
Radiant's
good way to
top
keep
tower
it. I mean,
is
Midas
under
was a
attack.
very common choice for Brewmaster for a long time, and I guess it still is.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I like it on the hero. I think if you're not going to get that, like, 12-minute blink, then it makes sense. It's the same thing I had with the Slider last game. Where it was getting to a point where, like, what's the difference between me getting blink now and, like, 3 minutes from now? Are we going to do anything different as a team because of it? Probably not. Not facilitating a super early gank. And Brewmaster is kind of fine being that defensive option. If they deny up his tower.
His tower is low. They are not denying it. Maybe they want to have a TP in before it goes down or something.
I thought that too, but they have shrines anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah.
They're really holding on to this one, I guess.
Did anybody ping that? Like, and especially,
I don't know. They walked towards in the back, so they definitely know. It looked like they were gonna do it, and they're like, nah, maybe we can like bait them into something.
They can
Is
have
under
it.
attack.
X-Nova maybe sneak in.
He's gonna hit it.
I don't know if he'd have the damage.
I'm not
I
sure.
guess-
It's 30
Yeah,
HP.
he'd have the damage. I forgot. No, there's no backdoor or anything.
They're
on
gonna
tier
hit it
1,
right now.
so-
Black's gonna hit it. I'm confused. I mean, that's all I have at this point. It's staying alive one way or the other, I guess. Anyway, Fusel's now out for the Phantom Lancer. They'll smoke up. They'll leave it there. And tower is
It's
gonna
a bait, dude.
go down at one point or another. Maybe it is. That's a good point. Ajit TPing. They know that he is.
Radiant's
They
top
won't go
tower
for
is
anything.
under attack.
Was the smoke broken?
Oh no, the rage creep got it.
Oh my God!
Radiant's
Did
top
oh
tower
Alright, they
no
lost.
no
Alright, GG.
no! I can't. I missed it. Oh God!
It's
You've got to be
over.
kidding me.
It's over, dude.
I-
Game over.
How did they
GG,
must have
top
noticed
left.
that.
I don't know, maybe.
It's just- that's where you click the arrow.
Yeah, you're just done. Get out of here.
Dyer's top tower is under
Abandoned.
attack.
All right. Well, a mistake, but not a big one at that.
Dyer's
They'll take the
top
tower,
tower
so it
has
kind of
fallen.
evens it up. They will head and continue to push for this tier 2 tower top. Meanwhile, Nuts is farming mid, trying to get closer to his blink dagger. He's still a ways away. The push has commenced, and Black will be the front liner. That Diffusal Blade up and ready. A lot of heroes rotating in Alfu and Next Nova are here. And Spell Steal, not going to use it. Black will take some damage. Doppelganger head back. I don't know how much they push. The mech does come out. XY has it. That big kill on the Invoker earlier. And this tower is just gone. It's just giving. They want as much room as possible for Warriors Gaming for Nana, who now has Zaghadim Scepter Ben, who's got a Blade Mail.
Do you know what he just did, by the way?
What?
So, right at the 20-minute mark, he threw a Sunstrike on this bounty rune, and it just missed Nuts, who was sitting there camping it. So Nuts throws down a sentry. He's like, where the hell's their ward? There's just no ward, because he just threw the Sunstrike off.
I feel like that's like the thematic end to the entire bounty saga that's happened to this game so far that we've been discussing.
That's some great stuff by Nana. That's a resource expended right there. It's like he gets the room, but then he just ditches a sentry right away.
Yeah.
Like GG.
Ben has the Life Stealer inside. The Infest is ready to go. The bomb being carried by the Clockwork. Now a Desolator done. Just flown out, so ready to go. Looks as if, though, Faceless are just going to stay in their jungle, farm it up, maybe head towards mid. There's 2 wards roughly in the same position for both teams, 1 for each team. Roche is being scouted out. They don't really know where Warriors Gaming is. That's why they pinged it and sent the Centaur in there. But they could also head in there themselves and try to take it. Jabs. There is a double damage rune, which is probably the best situation they could have. Well, the Sunstrike's going to make them aware very quickly. Now you have to wonder, okay, well, do we stay in here? We're not killing it quick enough. Flare's going to come in. They have Hook Shot, which is very good against a Roche lineup, and that is Roche. They'll back out for now. Smoke back in.
This DD rune is just like so tempting. I want to fight with this.
Or they only have half the duration left. Nana seems to understand that they're probably coming for him now that they're out. Midas is in Meatballs. He'll try to go for the TT. Nuts is going to look for the air spike. Can't find it. He needed to go a bit earlier. He was on point with the angle for it. Unfortunately, just wasn't in time. This provides the Blink Dagger now for the Invoker as he is TP'd back to the base.
Oh, it's going to be so much harder to do that next time, though.
Yeah.
But, same time. Blink Dagger now for Ice Ice Ice. He's catching up. 3rd highest on his team.
He's in there.
They're well above Clock.
A
little bit harder for a Clock to keep farmed, I'd say.
Oh, they're going into Roche. They do have amp damage. They also have a Desolator as well. The Centaur Conqueror. I don't know if they can get here in time.
It's a nice aggressive ward by Nana, too.
And the Tornado comes out as well, stopping Ice 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 from getting any further. His blink now. The
mana.
EMP is just, it blows him away. He does, I think, stick up. I think they used Arcanes. Yeah, I was just going to say XY uses Arcanes, so. But that is a fast Roche. Desolator, amp damage, whatever other auto attack damage. Right click from Invoker, Forge Spirits, all that good stuff. They take it very fast.
Yeah, things looking pretty solid here for Warriors Gaming.
Black.
And this is without any sort of a crazy Slardar Lifestealer snowball going on. It's been more of just split pushing around the map. The only thing is they're handing that over to a Shadow Fiend and a Brewmaster as well. So I could definitely see like a 26, 28-minute fight where Faceless just like get too much control. Maybe they toss up Nana or something and then they just lose the fight on the Dyers. So
Right.
No crazy leads happening right here. What, 1,000 gold is all that there is for the Dyer.
Yeah. And it feels like it should be more for Warriors Gaming, but there was a pretty good start for Black getting the farm that he had. Had a couple of good fights. This game is certainly a lot closer than the previous one. 23 minutes into the game, and we're looking at roughly a stalemate. Midas now coming out for the Clockwork, by the way. I think S4 did this earlier. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe not, actually. Somebody else in that game.
Do it with flair.
I think it's a fine build. It's generally a good item these days. Talents, experience being more important than ever. Speaking of which, XY, man. Let me see this talent go to work. 35% experience.
Excellent. At level 10, 35% experience gain talent. Pretty nuts. But sometimes you got to balance the hero. Tornado, Nana's pretty far up here. Snowball coming out, Black chasing with the Diffusal Blade. He's in trouble. No Aegis. Good Slithering Crush coming out. Deafening Blast to follow. Hook shot onto 2. Cogs. Sunstrike blows away 1. Can they get XY on the other? The Infest out does the job. This is the fight Warriors game we're looking for, and they're not done yet. Nuts. Battery Salted Cogs up as well. 3 down. That was a
gaming.
fantastic combination from Warriors Gaming.
That was so sick. Deafening Blast, Crush, Hook. Damn.
Yeah,
I was like kind of worried about their overall control in some aspects, but that is just
Radiant's
ridiculous.
middle tower
and that
is
leads
under
them right into a tier 2 tower. And it was
And
fine.
Faceless had been avoiding that for so long by just staying as 5.
middle tower has
And they
fallen.
were always moving as like groups of 3 or 4 even. Sometimes even the full on 5, just trying to avoid the slider life
Ajit.
stealer.
Good arm whip to me. The are now done, but the push has been halted.
That's scary.
All right, well, very good fight. I mean, it's only more control for Warriors Gaming. That actually gave them about 2,000 gold, by the way, that fight alone, putting them into the vicinity of 6,000 net worth.
Yeah, now there's 2 more minutes on the Aegis, so there's this like awkward pressure where I think they want to like smoke up from Faceless, and like they feel like they want to fight, but at the same time they're thinking things like, oh, but they have an Aegis, so like we can't really go into them. But they're so split across the map, like they kind of know that Faces are dodging them by staying all as a unit and not allowing themselves to fall victim to this slider lifesteal combination. But that just means that Warriors Gaming are getting so much more outside the map, so you're caught in this awkward kind of moment as Faces to be like, okay, so do we like smoke up and try and kill them and try and find these guys that are split across the map? But then you again fight into an Aegis and things could go bad. But oh, XY, he's gonna find Nana.
That's huge. XY's trying to get
Just
in
like
there.
guys team.
Snowball comes in, the Walrus Punch. Now they're going to jump in with a clap. Nana running low on mana. The Sunstrike will come out, will not help him stay alive. Ice finds a huge kill. That ward was placed down pretty damn well in terms of the location.
Wow, just reading the situation, man. I mean, blinking, botsing, invoker, this kind of stuff that they want to do.
Kind of crazy. How much did that get them? I didn't even see the fight recap. A fair bit as the Wrath is starting to dip back at least a little bit. Ah, yes, it's my favorite. The Ogre Frost Mage with the way he waddles. The way he casts, raising his arms. Ah, yes, I will give you.
Dire's bottom
Here you
tower
go.
is under
Yeah, he
attack.
looks good.
Look at that. Ogre Frost. He's getting involved.
I like how when you click him, it shows you what Black has on his quick buy. So it's like the Frost Mage has a ultimate orb on his quick buy.
Someday
Like,
I'll
I
get
just
it.
want to be like you guys.
Oh,
Oh, hold
that's
on,
great.
guys. I got 1,100 and some gold. I'm almost there. Help me out, bros.
Someday I'll get this body.
I got to get a real job.
Yeah.
Got to cut my hair.
Well,
Not
he's
sure.
never, he's never
got a weird
had a
hairdo,
lifestyle
dude.
like this. All he knows is sitting in the jungle with his family, and
Yeah,
all
he's
of a
on, like,
sudden,
welfare.
he gets adopted by this wealthy man that makes illusions.
Well, he gets dominated. It's not an adoption. It's like
That's true.
servitude.
All right,
He's
you're
a
making this real
slave.
you're making this real bleak, man. I don't want to
Maybe
go
it's
into
like
this.
maybe it's like 50 Shades. Maybe it's like a relationship sort of situation.
Let's not go there. Let's leave the 50 Shades
I
out
heard
of
you're
it.
familiar with the subject.
Oh, I know a little bit. God, that made me sound so much better than it needed to. Anyway,
No problem.
as interesting as this Ogre Frost Mage is what is more interesting is the fact that this game is 14-10. The net worth advantage for Warriors Gaming is 4,000. The experience is 5,000. And we're looking at a pretty close game still in terms of towers and movement so far. And let's see what we haven't really checked the item overview in a while either. Ajit got in the Mjolnir. Ika's coming in, throws out a Spirit Lance, Rage not used for Ajit. There's some other big items coming out. Jabs has a Talisman of Evasion. He already has his Hurricane Pike. XY looking probably for a Solar Crest. The Manta Style almost done for Black. There's a lot of big items coming out now, Trent. A lot of big ones.
And Nana just purchased his BKB too. Been
Oh, yeah.
saving up for this one for a while, so this will be a big one. Nana now pinging out the ward too, saying, "Oh, by the way, there is a ward there. Xnova, please take care of this for me. Thank you, thank you."
Over there, hopefully.
Xnova's like, "But it's scary, dude. I don't know where they are. I
Somebody
don't want to
help
go
me.
over there."
There might be an Ogre Frost Mage there. I don't know if I can deal with that right now. But he will back up. The rest of the team farming mid for now. Afu has his force, now building into treads. So the mobility slaughter that we talked about last game is here again. Now the Infest Bomb comes as well as Ben's rotating with them. His BKB is almost done, in fact. Looks like they might go for a smoke. They just took it out of the backpack, so I would imagine that is the case. Xnova is getting ready to go. Perhaps they'll wait for another hero, or the last hero, I should say, which is Nana. He is ghost walking. Maybe not. He'll run into the entire enemy team if he's not careful. They don't have a gem, but if he footprints might come out. There it is. There's the Sicilian Crush, and he is dead so quickly.
That's the problem. Like, you see this ghost walk, and you're like, do I BKB? Are they all here? Or am I just going to look like an idiot on stream because I wasted my 10-second BKB? And instead, there's a slider, and everyone else is there, and you die. I mean, if he BKB, he probably does anyway, so it's more than likely
Did he have
good he
time?
didn't use it. But
Did he have time to BKB?
well, I mean, he alt-pinged when he saw the Invoker ghost walk.
Oh,
He
yeah.
theoretically probably could have, but if he did, he probably just would have died anyway, so.
Dire's middle
You're
tower
not
is
wrong.
under attack.
And he's dead for 40. I think they want to force something here. Again, there is pretty good, I think, creep clear coming out from, especially when the Battlefield is up.
Especially with the Agnes is done on this PL
Yeah,
in like 10 minutes.
never.
Or never.
Well, they will get the kill. Ashi comes in. XY is already just chopped down. Sunstrike nuts. See you later. Nice placement from Nana. Good job. And Blackwell, he's doing his darndest at this point. Jump in. Nice Manta dodge from Black. He had his finger on the
Still
trigger.
almost died.
Yeah, Ben, though, hook shot almost connected. If he gets that hook shot, Black's dead, and he has to think about, I think, buying back. But even if he has enough money, he does. 38 surplus.
This
Still.
is still the tier 3 they're holding right now. Haven't lost one yet. This
They
would be
just want the
shrines.
shrines, man. They just want those shrines. Tornado EMP coming out. That's going to be under the Shadow Fiend. Jabs will lose half of his mana, and then the rest of it pretty much from raising.
I like how everyone else is just gone at this point, by the way. Like, Aji, he just went back to go farm an MKB. Like, he's...
Hold on, guys.
I don't know. They just, like, leave Invoker to take care of this.
Well, I mean, Faceless, it's not looking good. It is still only a 6,000 net worth advantage, but it just feels like there's so much they have to deal with the Invoker now having the BKB. I mean, he hasn't even popped it yet, I don't believe. Nope. All right. Minute and a half left on Roshan respawn Trent. Where do you go from here for Faceless? It looks like they're starting to push out. I think they want to contest this Roshan. Is that the case?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they got Bruce split. They want to take fights. If you're not fighting with a zero, then you've already lost. There's no, like, split pushing options or anything like that, so... I say, so if there's any hero, I'd say that can bring you back from a really shitty disadvantage, it can be Brewmaster. You just get that Wind Panda going, toss someone up in the air. The biggest problem, either Ajit or Nana, would be the Dream, and you can imagine them just completely removed from the fight, the troubles they could face inside of Warriors Gaming. So, one goal, one dream here for Faceless.
Dream is a tough. It's a tough one to dream. It's tough to make it happen, I suppose.
But if they work hard, follow
Hard
their
work,
dreams,
dedication.
are you saying they can do anything?
No.
Are you saying anything is possible?
I guess. Sure.
That's the spirit.
Black, by the way, I don't know how much he's really done this game. Now, that's not a defense to Black. I think it's more of a defense to the hero that he's playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can think, like, what other hero, if given 14 minutes of total free farm, like, what could you have right now or something like that? Which
I mean, he doesn't have a
That's fair.
single kill, and he only has, I don't want to say only has 6 assists, but
it's also, like, these situations where, like, he probably would have died more if he wasn't so maneuverable. Like, especially that one fight in the Radiant Jungle where he just, like, doppelgangered once, and then he's just, like, waiting the whole time the Corrosive Age. It's like, okay, you can try and come back on me, but then I'm going to juke you, and then my team's going to kill you.
there are a lot of things happening as Xnova was spotted. Sunstrike, good force out. Split's going to come out. This might be the fight, but the hook shot is there. It's on to 2 again, the combo. Jabs has to BKB at half HP now. Going for the Requiem, doing little to no damage. Afu might go down to Black, but that might be it for the time being. Wind
Oh, good
Panda,
blink.
Invis, Jabs, spell stolen. It was, of course, Requiem. Now Xnova, well, he'll die before he gets to use it as Black comes in. But just man fighting Ajit, I don't think is the play. Sunstrike! Ooh, that doppelganger. He just narrowly misses it, and XY got the edge. Players, they are chasing hard. Tornado Black is dodging everything that he possibly can.
shrine.
Get to the shrine, boys! Get to the shrine! And they are there. And that'll end the chase. It'll end the pursuit from Warriors Gaming Unity. I'm surprised they didn't get more out of that fight, if anything. They got one kill that was on the line, and who really cares? No offense to the line, but he's pretty low net worth at this point. But also Xnova going down as well.
Yeah. So, 1 for 1 on the 5 supports. And now Nana's gonna harass out Ice again here, but EMP won't connect.
Tornado? No. Sidesteps it. Vlad's AC, the Aura Brew, coming out into effect momentarily. Afu Infest Bomb ready to go with this Invis Rune. Again, the tier 3 tower, it's still alive.
Ben was just on point with that hookshot too. Another 2-man hookshot. And just, he ended any and all aggression from Black. Like, Black did not have a chance to get going in that fight at all. The fight started, Black got hooked, he was down to like a quarter HP, and that was it. Anytime he made illusions, they were just dying immediately to AoE damage.
Oh. They just destroyed him.
Yeah, I'm sure it was like 2 shots, honestly.
Yeah, it was the
MKB,
Infest Bomb
like,
now.
no way.
Black now does have a BKB flying out on the courier. How much is this going to help them take fight? How much is it going to help them actually?
If it was like that last fight, it's not going to make much of a difference because of those initiations. Like, he just got jumped on and chain stunned into being so low that even though he didn't die, he just becomes kind of useless. But if they're initiating, he can just BKB. Maybe like fighting into the pit would be a good time to have it, but it's still in the stash, so they'd have to be so well set up to ever contest any sort of a rush from Warriors Gaming, and with Ice dead, that's just not going to happen.
It goes so quickly. There's no way that you could tell. He would have to buy back, and even if that was the case, got it done.
I doubt it.
Let's see. He's TPing. He says Sienna now. So it was interesting. They were building the AC for the brew, and then I guess Gab said, "Listen, I got it. I'll take care of it. You get Shiva's." So that seems to be the switcheroo that's happening. Brewmaster's going to pick up the Shiva's guard. He's got the recipe. He has enough for the Mystic Staff. Then he needs a little bit more for the plate mail. How much that's going to help?
That's good. Looks like Jabs is probably feeling like he needed some sort of a defensive option, and nothing like he wasn't gonna maybe farm into a butterfly in time, or well, I guess his butterfly is useless now, so that's why he stopped building it, because that MKB on the Lifestealer, double evasion on their team thanks to the Brewmaster, so it's already gonna be a little bit of a shit build.
Game. It's rougher and rougher. I feel like. Again, though, that the net worth has finally dipped down into somewhat tumultuous lead. 10,000 now for Warriors Gaming.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Octarine. Not only that, but the Scythe is coming out next. I mean, he's just about 6-slotted, man.
Yeah, they're just waiting
there.
on this Abyssal for Ajit. I was wondering, like, why are they not pushing? But he's really close. 900 gold. At least it's, like, relatively close to this point, so. Maybe they'll go high ground anyway.
Maybe they'll just try it.
Why not?
They have a lead. If they do give up a team fight, a big team fight here, that lead quickly diminishes. Again, the number is not that big for the state, like, for how long this game has gone. Again, they know that Jabs, at least somebody's here. Sunstrike, I think, might have just narrowly caught Jabs. He knows that it just came down, so they have to. They're like, okay, well, something is up, and the flare will make sure of it.
I see XY went for the snowball talent. 150 snowball damage, not going for the gold. That's not bad, actually. Like, fold, because once you're at this point and you have the max level of the snowball, I guess it actually does do quite a difference. Like, almost doubling your snowball to 350 base damage. Although it's not very often you end up with like the hero bonuses, that's for sure.
Let's see a fight here. They're looking for. Sunstrike, Slithering Crush. It does connect. Wow.
That was their position 1.
And that is exactly what you were talking about with the BKB. They chain stun him. He doesn't get a chance to use it in any way. And he's going to have to buy back now, probably. Maybe not. Ajit taking a fair bit of damage here. Abs has done a good job right-clicking. The bottom tier 2 tower is lower if they wanted to head in that direction.
And that +2 damage per soul really adding up here. And he's closing in on 25.
4 staff forward. Afu going in with the stun. Can they bring him down? BKB gets off in time. Ben goes for the hook shot. Finds nuts. He'll be the first to go down. XY. He's going to be next. Buyback comes in. Black. Now it's a 3 versus 4. Now 3 versus 3. They take down the Aegis. Ben's going to back up. Can they kill him twice is the question. BKB's still up. Ajit now getting right-click down. He's in trouble. Can they get this kill? They can. That's a godlike spree going for Jabs, and they're looking for more. X-Nova, he stole Requiem. Not going to do enough. Taking one more auto attack will get the kill, but Jabs can't find him. Now he has to back up. Hurricane Pike in 3. Cog's missing. It'll push him back. Of course, the Brewmaster back up full HP. No split. He just used it, obviously, Ben. Thunderclap, Sunstrike hits Jabs, but it's not enough. Earth Spike will come through. Here's the meatball. The Deafening Blast, Ben. Won't survive. 1-0 auto attack brings him down from jabs. He's looking for more X-Nova TPing out. He will make it away. Nuts loses all of his mana and a lot of his HP as well from the EMP, and Nana will TP out. But that is a fantastic fight for Faceless. The high ground yet to be breached. The tier 3 tower is still alive, Trent.
Yeah, that's saving them chances at Roche just by keeping these shrines alive too. At least then there is some threat for Warriors Gaming the next one. And well worth the buyback. I mean, Black even comes out on top in terms of net worth overall. I'm not sure if that's actually accurate to his buyback, but one thing that's accurate is 1,400 gold to jabs and level 24, so he's closing in. I mean, sadly for Shadow Fiend, it's not that dope. Probably just get the 150 attack range, but just more range to try and keep himself further and further away from this Lifestealer. Will actually do a pretty big work, I guess, if he's on the high ground.
I don't know, man. He could go for that minus 7-second Shadow Raise cooldown. 3-second cooldown on all
dope
3
as that
Shadow
would
Raises.
be, you could like non-stop raise. You could just like move from
Boom,
like
boom,
1, 2,
boom.
3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but I doubt that's the case. He's building his Scotty, his right click. Clearly,
That must be one of those support talents. Support Shadow Fiend.
Yes, the Oso common.
Must be what it's there for.
Now, 3 minutes for Roche respawn. As good as that fight was, how much does it give them? It keeps them steady around a 10,000 net worth deficit. Is really what it does for Faceless. It does get them sort of stabilized. Black with the dieback. That's the biggest thing. Dies again, this game's probably over.
I did notice Nana in that fight. Because I noticed earlier that he went for this 18-second tornado cooldown thing. It's actually so good.
Oh yeah.
Even kind of surprising, I would say, that he went for it up against PL, just because if that PL ever gets out of control, you can think about how useful the AoE Deafening Blast could be, just to grab onto all of those illusions, like start picking out which one's which, or at least disarm them all at the same time, blah, blah, blah. Right clicks from Shadow Fiend, Tusk even, the Brewmaster. It had a lot of value, but when you have an Octarine core, his Tornado is sitting at 9 seconds cooldown.
9-second cooldown.
I mean, that's gross.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. With how long these fights go on, he can get a few off.
He also farms so fast with it, too.
This is where the talents get really very interesting. I mean, we just talked about a handful of them. Is anybody else at a high level that's looking towards their next couple of talents? Brewmaster's standing at level 21 rather. So his third, he went for 20 strength, and then the next one is either 75 damage or plus 20 primal split unit armor.
Probably the armor, I would guess, considering they keep dropping pretty fast in these fights.
Yeah, I could see it. Some other heroes that are getting closer and closer. 19 for Clock, 18 for XY. Oh, 12% magic resistance for 6 armor. Who cares about that one? It's not that important. I mean, it kind of is, but numbers. And same thing for the Clockwork, although it's minus 25-second respawn. So some interesting talents coming out. I mean, is there anything that jumps out at you talent-wise that we haven't talked about or discussed?
I don't know. It all sounds about right. I don't think anything's going to be making any crazy big differences.
Fair enough.
And everyone's pretty stock standard. Thought the Lifestealer one was good, too. Definitely
Tornado.
plus
EMP.
armor.
Fuck, EMP doesn't hit the tornado last too long. Roche, about a minute before we see the timer. Just said 3 minutes not too long ago. So, might be a quick Roche respawn, actually. Very quick one.
I don't know if it's just the hero he plays or the his general playstyle, but does Ice ever love buying refreshers? Like every time I see this guy, he's queuing up a refresher during these games that we're casting. But I mean, he's been playing Magnus, so that's understandable. And now with the Brewmaster too. Makes sense, but
it does make sense. Now, Warriors Gaming will head down mid together. Afu got that Lifestealer back inside of him, ready to go. Could find Brew here. Afu, Diva's Guard will stop any aggression from actually breaking out. And still smoked up with Ben. Blair will show him that they're probably nearby. Sunstrike, just to perhaps get vision, jump in. Tornado coming out, EMP as well. Primal Split, they want to use it. The EMP taking a lot of his mana. There's going to be the Fade Bolt. They jump in, they get the Cogs. They're looking for the push. That would have done some nice mana burn, but it's not enough. Now they get off the finger. They're going to blow him up, but 2 dead. Black actually falls in the back line. Closer to where the tier 2 tower was, and Nuts is going to be next. Aji finds himself a double kill. Good Sunstrike getting yet another one. It's going to be XY falling afterwards. What's happening? I don't even know what I just missed, and I'm mad about that.
oh, maybe I don't know. He just bought back and TP'd to Shrine. I don't know.
No. Sunstrike coming out after the jump in from the slaughter. Jab's in trouble. The Hex comes out. BKB gets off just in time, but still only an auto tech or two from death. The Shrine will come. Ajit dove too far now. Under the tier 3 tower, the Scotty slowing him down. The damage is there, and Ajit should fall. No infest. The stun comes out. Not in time. Doesn't matter. Double kill for Brewmaster. Now Nana has to get out. Drop the sentry. He's got his BKB still. Tornado comes out covering the retreat. EMP there. Sunstrike nuts. Whoa, you are lucky to be alive, my friend. All right. This game's not done yet, and they just cannot get this tier 3 tower, Trent. They just can't do it.
Wow. Okay. I thought that was just going to be game, that fight up on that high ground, but losing the life steal, that was painful. Just getting a little bit ahead of himself. A little bit too cocky. Nana. Jesus.
Yeah, that was...
Speaking of cocky, he wants this lion.
I think he's dead. I think Tornado MP... Nah, yeah, he'll live. Just narrowly, 128 HP. Black has respawned. Asher up, BKB. Roche back alive. Sunstrike continues to just get used every time it's up. And we'll walk in. Clap will go. He's going to use the BKB. Now it's on cooldown. The BKB duration, it's pretty long still. Now up to 7 seconds, so it's an 8-second BKB duration. Tornado coming in. Nana has it back up again in 2 seconds. EMP will go. Black doppelgangers it so he doesn't lose the mana. This is a tough Roche to take another Tornado. They're coming from every angle, and Jabs gets hit up again. It's Nova, Nana, and Afu getting ready to jump in. It looks like they drop the Solar Crest. Another Tornado. Can they get it in time? They'll drop the Shiva's Garden. Meatball coming through. They want it. They pop the BKB. Can they get it? The steal. Jabs, no. He gets it in time. Afu jump against Slithering Crush. Good doppelganger out from Black. Afu will fall. A double for Jabs. They still don't have the Life Stealer, and Ben will fall. 4 dead, and Jabs finds himself a double kill. And the risk pays off for Faceless. On strike, Jabs eats the cheese, doesn't want to lose his life. Nana getting hexed up. Earth Spike should be ready, and it is. They might lose him here. Walrus Punch, he gets dropped, and Jabs finds another kill. Nana buys back immediately. Something is happening here that is not good for Warrior Gaming. They might be breaking into the pressure here, Trent.
They don't have any buybacks. I guess that's why, I mean, obviously that's why he's spending it now. I just assumed that maybe they had some other ones to go, but now Nana is, if he dies, that's it. Like, almost game over assuredly. Ajit, oh, that was so risky. Like, they took that fight without Ajit, and it would have been a risky buyback for sure on the Lifestealer, but I didn't think they'd full committal if he wasn't going to go for it. And those Tornadoes, I thought they could delay long enough, but just Jabs, BKB, taking the Roche, getting it for himself. Now they're marching high ground, and again, they never breached it on that Radiant side.
Oh, man, if they could get the tier 3 before the Dire did, it would be pretty impressive, and it looks like they might. Afu's back up, the Sunstrike will go, and it's gone, the tier 3 tower. It does go down, and Jabs picks it up. Now they can head back, they can shrine it up if they would like. Daily Rack's getting chunked. Split will go, Afu now caught. The Hurricane Pike is there. Nuts finds the Earth Spike. He's in trouble. The Infest Bomb will come out. The Force away. Afu will stay alive. There's going to be at least the Snowballed. They grab the kill with the Walrus Punch. Ajit looking for the Phantom Lancer. He'll get him, and Black will fall again for 83 seconds. Nah, again. The right click. To Scotty. Can he get him down? He's dead for 123. Jabs is going in. The Hex is now up. That'll be on Ajit. He's about to fall. He should have buyback. He's out of mana, though. Brewmaster going to work. They get the Aegis, but that is it. The finger. He's able to at least just deal with it. Double kill, turns around, pops the Rage. Going for more. Stun comes out. It'll be on Jabs. Can they bring him down? They need this kill. The Yules will come out, the Cyclone rather, and they're going to drop him right back down. Buyback status should be there for him, and it is. It's a triple kill for Ajit. That was looking very dangerous for Warriors Gaming Unity. Losing Nana there, Trent, but they keep it steady.
Finally, we get the counter brew out from X Nova. Not always the easiest one to grab, and Ice has been pretty good about it this game, but that was a fantastic time to get the steal. So many plays from our drunken Rubik here. Man, that was a terrifying fight. He almost took down that Rax too, but Jabs instead switching his focus, rightfully so, onto the Invoker. Now, it's still a full minute with no Invoker. Of course, they're well aware. And, I mean, even the fact that if he comes back on this Invoker, there's still so much time until he gets buyback again. I mean, it'll be another 4 minutes.
I thought the game might have just ended right there if they had gotten Ajit down, but he did have buyback, so...
Yeah, things were getting scary.
They will turn their attention to perhaps pushing. I think they want to force out the buyback, and if they force out Jabs' buyback and maybe get another kill, this could be devastating. Ben looking for a Life Stealer bomb, an Axe bomb. He's got the hook shot ready, but he'll back up. They don't know if he's got buyback. They don't know if they can get the rotation like you said without the invoker. And the game stalls for probably another good couple minutes, as now the advantage is only 5,000 for Warriors Gaming in terms of net worth.
Yeah, and now Faceless, they can start to push out from their base. They can look in towards these shrines, potentially. Again, though, still very difficult against this Invoker. Like, Nana is still jacked up. I mean, these tornadoes, very annoying. If you try and take them, it'll be just like Roche. If they try and go towards those shrines where he can just chuck these tornadoes from so far away.
It felt like there was artillery happening every, like, 5 seconds.
Like Dark Moon, dude.
Yeah, man. The Invoker from Dark Moon
you're
just throwing tornadoes out. Yeah. All right, we got to step perfectly here in order to win the fight or something. They still got Roche with all of that happening, which was kind of nuts. No pun intended.
Go for my master.
Okay.
And that fight, too, that was kind of like Black couldn't get... Oh, wow, that gem was still there. I didn't even realize it was behind that tree. I thought it get pinged out earlier.
This way?
So, XY's got it. Nice.
By the way, it is an Orchid now, which I would imagine is a Bloodthorn coming for the Lifestealer.
Yeah. And no defensive option. Well, I guess he's the BKB now, actually. So 10 seconds for Ice Ice Ice. That'll be a nasty surprise for that Orchid.
Oh, yeah. He can hold the split. He doesn't have to throw it out. I imagine he will because he wants the extra control. But he shouldn't get focused down that quickly. Those auto attacks.
Needs to be careful, though, that he doesn't, like, just get abyssaled or something and die from Lifestealer. Like, don't get too cocky with your BKB.
Yep. All right, the Bloodthorn ready to go. Rax exposed in the mid lane, but we're going to play the waiting game, Trent. It's time to sit back and relax for a bit. I think
Yeah, Shrine down, though. Found their moment.
Still got one more to go.
Yeah, who cares about that Shrine? That Shrine's useless.
I guess it.
Just money.
Nana coming out very far. 3.3k, buyback ready in 2 minutes. He's essentially 6-slotted. Moonshard could be useful. Items, perhaps. Bots, too. I was going to back his way out.
They have that gem on Tusk, too.
They're running at them at this point.
Dangerously close.
This is Warriors Gaming running at Faceless. And they're ready with this Lifestealer, the Nyx Bomb. Oh, that flare. They saw them all grouped up, but it wasn't in time. They, I think, probably thought about that initiation. Well, Nova, pretty close to jab.
They still have the Bruce split on Rubik.
They're going to go in. Nana, Ice Shards just narrowly avoided. A lot of the illusions taken care of. We'll find Ben. The Earth Spike comes out. The Shiva's Guard. Now they infest out. They're looking for one. They're going to find him. It's the Brew dead for 2 minutes. No buyback, and now XY will fall as well. Jab. Cycloned up. The Brew split stolen by X-Nova, and it's doing a great job. BKB will go off, who forces his way out. That damage is nuts from Ajit. And it's a double kill. Jabs does have a buyback, but it might end pretty anticlimactically with, of course.
It really does.
I think that might just be it. That was, unfortunately for ISS, not the way he wanted that fight to go. And the push will commence. 2 heroes dead for at least 50 seconds with Nuts having the ability to buy back. Got a lot of your right clicks still there, but with Ajit here with Nana as well, I would imagine this is their tier 3 tower at the very least, if not more.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I feel like this happened once already in Jab's able to kill Ajit. I'm not too confident this time, though, with this Invoker and only a 5-second BKB available.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom
Yeah.
tower has fallen.
Interesting. 2 sets of racks, BKB. Black will go in. They've got the Earth Spike. Forced out Finger of Death. He's in trouble. Lifestealer not done yet, however. Deafening Blast comes through. Abyssal Blade. They two-shot poor Black with that Lifestealer. And now there's the Hex Up coming out as well onto Jabs. Flare, good Earth Spike out of 2, but Nana blinks forward, avoiding it. Here's the Satanic jump in. Slithering Crush Afu at the perfect time. The Bloodthorn is out. They'll grab the kill, and that's it. Faceless given their first loss by Warriors Gaming Unity. That second game really lived up to the hype of this full series, Trent.
Yeah, this is what we were hoping for, the Warriors Gaming. And they looked so much better this game. Yeah, I guess that PL, everyone's going to look at this game and probably flame that hero again. I don't know. It's tough to evaluate, I feel like, because so many cores would have ran into so many troubles trying to avoid out the Slardar and just like jumping out these cogs and whatnot. But I would agree that he didn't really have a good chance to shine on the hero. Maybe it's just a hero that's hard to watch. Like, I mean, you look at Jabs and you just see like how much damage he threw at these fights and how many times he was controlling people up, and just even with like the Scotty moving to later parts of the game.
Wow,
Pretty
look
ridiculous.
at that damage. He's so much more than Black. 31,000 to 12,000 damage. Meanwhile, you look at Ajit and look at Nana. They're both very close. Even Ben is up there. Ben, higher damage than Black.
Yeah, there you go. That kind of does show quite a bit there, I would say. Like Tusk is what 1,300 damage behind your position 1.
Not a
kinda
good
rough.
sign. That is not a good sign.
No.
So there's going to be a lot of questions and concerns about Phantom Lancer and Black's maybe decision to play at this game. He did farm rather well. He got 384 last hits, GPM of 511. Could be higher, but he had a lot of rough time. Just kidding. But Trent, that's it for this series. We still have one left.